Hey there, here we have a circle and 3 points. We have point P, which is inside the circle, we have point Q, which is on the circle, and we have point R, which is outside the circle. Let's try and find out if we can draw any tangents from these points, and if so, how many tangents we can possibly draw from each of these points. And as you know, a tangent is a line that touches the circle at exactly one point. Let's get started. Let's start with point P. So here is a line, and let me try to draw that line through the point. Okay, that's one way to do it. I could draw lines in many other ways. Let's try. That doesn't look like a tangent though. Let's see if we can do it in a different way. Let's draw the line in this way. That still doesn't seem to be a tangent. Let's try just one more time for luck's sake. Let me try and draw the line this way. Right, so as you can see, no matter in what way we try and draw a line through the point inside the circle, let's say the point is different. Let's say the point is somewhere else. Let's put the point over here. And if we try and draw a line here, you can see that it's not possible to draw a tangent from anywhere inside the circle, because whichever direction you draw the line in, it's always going to touch the circle at least 2 points. All these lines that you draw from inside a circle will always be a secant. That brings us to our first point. You cannot draw a tangent passing through a point inside the circle. Now let's go to point Q. All right, here we have point Q. And here's the line, and let me try and draw the line on the point. All right, so that line is touching the circle at exactly the point Q. So that is a tangent. But can we draw more tangents at that single point? Let's try and rotate this line to see if we can draw more tangents from a single point. I can already see it's starting to touch another point. Here it's clear that it's already touching 2 points. Let's keep moving. See, the chord length gets larger, larger, even larger, even larger. And it's clear that these are all secants and none of them are tangents. Anyway, let's keep rotating and coming back. Again, as you can see, the chord length is reducing. And at some point, it's going to be 0 again. I think it's around here. There, it's 0 there. So this is the exact same tangent that we started with. We just rotated around and came back to the same point. This shows us there is only one and exactly one tangent that you can draw through a point on the circle. Let's go to point R. All right, so let's try and draw tangents passing through the point R. So there, I can pass it through point R, and let me try and touch the circle there. I have to move it a little bit more. All right, I think we got the tangent. Can I draw any more tangents, do you think? Yeah, I can. So adjust it a bit more. Yeah. So there we have it. Do you think we can draw any more tangents? We can try. What if I try to do it this way? No, that's going to be a secant. So let's try and rotate this line to see if we can draw any more tangents from that point R. So let me rotate. So that is R for second tangent. Let's keep going. So it's not touching the circle at all. Right, all right. Okay, all this is completely useless. None of those are going to be tangents. In that point, it's the same tangent actually. It's just a little off center here. It's just a bit off center here, so it looks different, but it's actually the same tangent. There. And let's keep rotating. So as you can see, as soon as I move off my tangent, move off the first tangent, as soon as I move off it, you can see that it starts touching at 2 points. So if I keep moving, and I'll come back to the same second tangent. So there's no other possibility. There's no other possibility. Anything in between here will be a secant, and anything outside will just not even touch the circle. This means that you can draw exactly 2 tangents passing through a point outside the circle. And another interesting fact is the lengths of this line segment and this line segment. The line segment which is between the point that touches the circle and the external point, and this point and this point, these two are exactly the same. We'll talk more about it in another video. To summarize, you cannot draw a tangent passing through a point inside the circle. You can draw exactly one and only one tangent passing through a point exactly on the circle. You can draw exactly two tangents from a point outside the circle. And here's a bonus question for you. If we have two concentric circles, is it possible to draw a line that is tangent to both circles simultaneously? Think about it. I'll see you next time.